Hey everyone! If you enjoyed this video, the full version is available on Patreon. I'll be uploading all my content there going forward.
Chapter 1. Chaos is like a chicken, and Pangu was born in it. On this day, Pangu woke up and found that it was pitch black and lifeless, so he had an idea and swung a big axe to split the chaos. Pangu was extremely happy in his heart, one axe after another. Chaos is born. At this time, 3,000 demon gods came to stop them. When Pangu saw it, he wanted to destroy the world he created. Kill what you are talking about first. So a large number of people were killed with an axe. Blast hundreds with one punch. Shout Ja again and the whole world is quiet. Pangu succeeded in opening up the sky, but the world was unstable, and Pangu stood upright. In the end, he tried his best to become a wilderness. Yan Luo transforms into Luo Jingxian, who masters the law of reincarnation and opens up reincarnation. Build hell. The 18 levels of hell punish the wicked. In the end, the merits and virtues are complete and the primordial chaos Luo Jingxian is achieved. However, the shameless duo in the west wanted to snatch the ownership of the underworld, and Yan Luo naturally would not give in. A great battle engulfed the sky. Boss, boss! It's time to have breakfast. Don't sleep anymore. At this time, a crisp voice rang in Yan Luo's ear. Yan Luo opened his eyes in a daze. He looked at the blue-haired beauty in maid outfit standing by the bed. A smile appeared on his face. It's Rem. Let me sleep for a while, just 5 minutes. It's just a critical time for my dream to come true. Okay. The blue-haired beautiful girl Rem had no expression on her face. Boss. Today is the day when the Pendragon family is running for the new patriarch. Please don't be self-willed. Get up quickly. After finishing speaking, Rem tore off the quilt unceremoniously. Quickly and skillfully put on Yan Luo's clothes. Yan Luo looked resentful. I said, Rem, your dressing skills are supernatural, right? Can't you be considerate of me? Let me sleep until I wake up naturally, can't I? I'm sorry boss. As a boss, you can't be too willful. And today is the most important day for the Pendragon family. It's my duty to remind the boss. Rem didn't give any face. Yan Luo sighed, hey, you also know that I'm a boss. What's wrong with being self-willed as a boss? Besides, all the dishonest guys in the Pendragon family have been sent to heaven by me. Are there still people who are itchy? Rem doesn't care about that much. Get on with your work. Put a towel on Yan Luo's face and rub it. Everything is so proficient, it can be seen that this kind of thing has not happened once or twice. Yan Luo, full name Yan Luo. Pendragon. The young master of the Pendragon family of the West Blue Mafia. He is 2 meters tall and looks gentle and kind. Gentle and polite. But no one in Vatican and the surrounding countries thought that Yan Luo was easy to talk to. Yan Luo has followed the mafia boss Gut Pendragon since he was 13 years old. That is Yan Luo's father. He started fighting at the age of 13. Fight for territory for the Pendragon family. At the age of 15, he alone led 100 people to destroy the famous West Blue pirate Sally the Wolf at that time. That was a pirate with a bounty of 35 million Baileys. It's 800 pirates. Not even Marine can take down the thugs. Yan Luo killed Sally the Wolf at the mere age of 15. When Yan Luo was carrying Sally's head covered in blood to the Marine base to collect the bounty, the whole West Blue shook. At the age of 18, Yan Luo began to take over the business of the Pendragon family and the 1st Brigade of the Guards. Gut. Pendragon has been semi-retired due to getting older. 18-year-old Yan Luo showed a strong ability to rule and a ruthless wrist. 2 years down. The Pendragon family's territory has tripled. Yan Luo killed 7 of the chiefs of the 9 guards under the Pendragon family. The remaining one was honest and did not dare to have the slightest disagreement. Today happens to be Yan Luo's 20th birthday. And Gyut is already 62 years old, and the hidden wounds of fighting in his youth can no longer be suppressed. The body is getting weaker and weaker. So I decided to retire completely. Give the Pendragon family to Yan Luo. Enjoy your old age in peace. The meeting hall of the family castle. The head of the Pendragon family and the new leader of the guards all waited with serious faces. When Yan Luo walked in from the gate, except for Gut who is sitting in the main seat, the rest all stood up. Respectfully bowed 90 degrees to Yan Luo. They shouted in unison, "Boss!" Yan Luo smiled. Wearing a black suit. Wears the Pendragon crest on its chest. Doesn't look like a mafia. Rather like a nobleman. Behind him are two maids with blue hair. Ram Rim. The two sisters are twins adopted by Yan Luo. In view of the nostalgia of the previous life, Yan Luo named the two sisters Ram Rim. 18-year-old two sisters are absolutely loyal to Yan Luo. Even if Yan Luo told them to commit suicide, they would not hesitate at all. Sit down. You don't have to be so polite. I said, old man, why are you so serious? Just a little bit. You know I hate trouble the most. Yan Luo said to Gu Ti with a smile. He walked to the chair next to Gut and sat down. Gut rolled his eyes. Eyelids twitched. He shouted loudly, "A-hole, this is the handover ceremony of the Pendragon family. Take it seriously. You must know that when Lao Zi took over the position of head of the family from your grandfather, it was the mafia that invited the entire West Blue, blah blah." After a long lesson, Yan Luo dug his ears. Said he was used to it. What age? Always say back then. Yan Luo really wanted to say something. Old man, you are out of date. But in order to save face for his father in this life, he obediently listened to the old man's lesson. Okay. I won't say much else. Today I will hand over the head of the Pendragon family to you. Gyut only felt refreshed after teaching Yan Luo. Wave. A burly man in black came over holding a tray. Gut picked up a golden cane from the tray. Handed it to Yan Luo with a solemn face. Yan Luo took the cane with a solemn face. Next moment, a familiar voice sounded, "Ding, it is detected that the host has taken over the Pendragon family. Now please choose the development route for the host." Option 1, the son inherits the father's business and strives for the rise of the Pendragon family. Expand the Pendragon's territory. At least double the expansion within 3 months. Reward Senju Hashirama's inheritance at its peak. Option 2, form a pirate group. The bounty will reach 300 million within 3 months. The crew cotters should not be less than 5. The bounty for the cotters should not be less than 30 million Bailey. Reward Hitsugayachware inheritance. Option 3, become a king. Attack the next country in 3 months. Get recognized by the world government. Reward the inheritance of Gilgamesh. Chapter 2. Multiple choice question. Such a distant memory. Yan Luo saw the 3 multiple choice questions that appeared in his mind and fell into memory. In his previous life, Yan Luo was a mercenary of Blue Star. Because he accepted the mission to go to a certain country to escort the mysterious meteorite mission. As a result, multiple choice questions suddenly appeared in my mind when I came into contact with the meteorite. Option 1, travel through the world of Hokage to reward Rin Egan. Option 2, travel through the world of One Piece and reward high-speed regeneration, Ulquiera. Cipher version. Option 3, travel through the world of Shinigami, reward Zanpakut Kaika Suijutsu. Yan Luo thought it was a hallucination at first. I smiled secretly. Although the 3 worlds are good, the pirate world seems to be more suitable for me. And conquering the Empress seems to be very fulfilling. I will choose the pirate world. Next moment, Yan Luo directly said, "I'm sorry." His eyes went dark, and when he woke up, he had turned into a baby. Came to the pirate world with the high-speed regeneration plug-in. He has been exercising desperately since he was 5 years old. No matter how bad the training is. The next day I was alive and well. At the age of 13, he has the strength of a Marine Common Officer. Hanging at the age of 15 is equivalent to Sally the Wolf of Naval Headquarters Commodore. 18-year-old mastering two-color haki is not weaker than Vice Admiral. 20 years old now. Yan Luo still doesn't know the extent of his own strength. But he can definitely beat 10 of himself 2 years ago. Now the multiple choice question comes up again. Yan Luo looked at 3 options. I really want all 3 inheritances. System, can you choose all 3? Ding, there is only one chance to choose, please choose host as soon as possible. Okay. It seems that there is no loophole for choosing all 3. First rule out the third one. Although it is easy to destroy a country, it is basically difficult to obtain the recognition of the world government. It is impossible for the world government to open this hole for itself. Not Doflamingo. That guy was formerly Celestial Dragons. The second one is too uncertain. The reward of 300 million Baileys is easy for me. But the reward of at least 30 million Baileys for 5 cotters is not sure. Be safe. System, choose one. Ding, host chooses one. Rewards are issued. Please double the territory within 3 months. Otherwise, the system will withdraw the rewards. It is detected that the rules do not conform to the ninja world. Modify it to use physical strength to release ninjutsu. Next moment, Yan Luo felt his body become stronger. There is a lot of ninjutsu information in my mind. All ninjutsu knowledge and combat experience about Senju Hashirama. It seems like decades have passed. In fact, it was just a moment. After Yan Luo recovered, the whole person became domineering. A powerful momentum swept out. Boom in the conference hall. A powerful momentum swept across. Bang bang bang. One by one, the Mafia lost consciousness and collapsed on the ground. Only Gut, Ram Ram and several powerful guard commanders were left. But at this moment, they were also struggling to resist the aura exuded by Yan Luo. Everyone was sweating coldly, and almost didn't kneel down. After being shocked, Gyut was full of surprises. Conqueror's haki. My son has the talent of a king. Ha ha ha. Chapter 3. Conqueror's haki. It's actually Conqueror's haki. Gut and Rem Ram showed excitement on their faces. The commanders of the other guards had no contact with the news in this regard, and their faces were blank. But Gut and Ram Ram knew. This is the Conqueror's haki that only one person in a million can awaken. Boss must be the chosen one. That's great. Ram said happily. Good. 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 My Pendragon family is about to rise. Gut shouted excitedly. Yan Luo was surprised and put away the Conqueror's haki. I didn't expect to awaken the Conquerors after accepting the inheritance. Is it because of Senju Hashirama's strong self-confidence? In the era of Senju Hashirama in the ninja world, Senju Hashirama represents invincible ninja world. This powerful confidence is indeed enough to open conquerors. It is forbidden to spread the news of today's matter. Do you understand? Yan Luo looked at the guard commanders who did not faint. Yes. Several guard commanders nodded quickly. They knew the horror of Yan Luo. Their previous leader was because of his arrogance in front of Yan Luo. Or refused to accept. Went to chat with Pluton now. Yan Luo nodded in satisfaction seeing the awe-inspiring expressions of his subordinates. Except for Mark, the commander of the 3rd Guard Army who fainted, the other commanders of the Guard Army were all promoted by him. It can be said to be his direct descendant. It is precisely because of the direct line that they know the horror of Yan Luo. Yan Luo is also more at ease with them. Then the Mafia who passed out woke up one after another. Asked the reason in a very sensible manner. After Gut announced the start of the banquet. Everyone should eat what they should eat and play what they should play. Yan Luo casually had a few drinks with everyone and then found an excuse to leave. Come to the back garden. Yan Luo clapped wood style. Wooden dragon technique. Boom. The next moment, the ground shook. A wooden dragon emerged from the ground. A wooden dragon more than 30 meters long is as big as a room with just a single dragon head. Ram's eyes behind Yan Luo were full of shock. Boss! Is this the ability of devil fruit? Ram asked in surprise. But didn't the boss say that devil fruit's weakness is too obvious and you don't want to eat it? Ram asked suspiciously. Yan Luo has also gotten several devil fruits over the years. But he doesn't eat it himself. Instead, use it as a reward. Ram knew it all. Yan Luo shook his head and said with a smile, this is not the ability of devil fruit. But you claim that I am the ability of devil fruit. Ram nodded without hesitation. I know the boss. They absolutely obeyed Yan Luo's words. Without any hesitation. The power is not bad. The consumption of physical strength is only a little bit. As expected of Senju Hashirama. After obtaining his inheritance, the physical strength has doubled. Now I should be able to be almost as good as Admiral in physical strength. In the original book, Aokiji and Akainu fought for 10 days 10 nights. Ace and Jinbei fought for 3 days and 3 nights. The physical strength of these people is at the pervert level. Now it seems that I have perverted myself. After dispersing the wooden dragon, Yan Luo sat down in the gazebo in the garden. Ram immediately prepared black tea. Stand quietly behind Yan Luo. Yan Luo slowly tasted the black tea. I was thinking about who to kill next. The system task is to double the size of one's own territory. The Pendragons are just below average in the West Blue Mafia. There are 3 towns. The site of more than a dozen village-level islands. This is the result of Yan Luo's expansion over the past few years. Originally, the Pendragon family was just a small mafia in a small town and a few small islands. In the past few years, under the hands of Yan Luo, it has expanded and mixed into the middle level. To the east of Pendragon's territory is the old family Ogula, occupying 5 small towns and dozens of small islands. There are 5 or 6,000 people under his command. South is just a small family occupying a small town. The Taro family in the west occupy 3 large cities. There are more than a dozen small towns and hundreds of small islands. Second only to the 4 major mafia families. North Lake family. The conflict with the Pendragon family has been the most in recent years. Occupy 4 small towns and more than 20 small islands. Yan Luo decided to start with the Lake family. Who made this guy conflict with his subordinates many times. It has a little more territory than itself, and it just happens to be able to occupy it all. Compatible with system tasks. Just when Yan Luo made up his mind. Tata. A mafia boy ran over in a hurry. Boss! Colonel Harry is here. Said to see you. Yan Luo frowned. Turning to Ram, didn't he get a dividend this quarter? Ram shook his head and said, Boss! The dividends for this quarter have been given to him 3 days ago. Yan Luo was puzzled, since the dividend was paid. Does this greedy guy want to add money? Black and White in West Blue has never been a branch house. Almost most of the marine executives will draw some dividends from the mafia. This rule is basically acquiesced between the mafia and marine. Of course there are exceptions. That is the 4 major mafia families. Both background and power can make marine afraid. Small and medium-sized families like the Pendragon family must pay dividends to marine. Now that the dividends of the Pendragon family have been handed over. So what's Colonel Harry doing here? Yan Luo said with doubts, go and ask Colonel Harry to come over. Yes. Ram nodded and walked out. After a few minutes, Ram walked in with a middle-aged man in marine clothing. The middle-aged marine looks very common. There are 2 mustaches on his face. He looked at Ram greedily. It was Colonel Harry of the Marine Branch. Haha. I heard that brother Yan Luo officially inherited the Pendragon family today. Congratulations, brother. Harry laughed loudly. Yan Luo smiled and said, Brother Harry is a rare visitor. Please sit down. Rem serves tea. Harry sat down unceremoniously. I took a sip of black tea. She glanced greedily at Rem. Brother Yan Luo knows how to enjoy. There are beauties to accompany. I am very envious of such a big brother in life. Brother was joking. Isn't it easy to want these things when you have the power? Yan Luo said with a smile. Brother, what do you mean you have great power? I'm just a colonel. In the Marine. I don't know much about a colonel like me. Don't make fun of me, brother. Although Harry said it modestly. But the pride in his eyes did not hide at all. Clearly proud of his current status. Brother Harry. You are a very busy person. What can I order if you can spare time? Yan Luo cut to the point. Harry put down his teacup too. His face became serious. Slightly angrily said, There are some things that are bothering my brother. It would be great if everyone lived in peace and obeyed the rules. But some people are always dishonest. This quarter everyone's dividends have been handed in. Some people think that going backstage and breaking the rules. Willis Rear Admiral means a guy who doesn't play by the rules is worthless. What do you think, bro? Yan Luo said with a serious expression on his face, Willis Rear Admiral is right. There is no need for such unruly guys to exist. Brother, do you think Willis Rear Admiral wants me to take action? That's right. You're the closest. Willis Rear Admiral and I both like you. Harry looked like he liked you. That's it. I don't know who is not following the rules. Yan Luo thought to himself, Willis Rear Admiral is optimistic about him? He doesn't believe in punctuation for this kind of bullshit reason. Because he hadn't even seen Willis Rear Admiral. Why is it so good? Most likely, it was the guy in front of him who proposed to let him do it. What is the purpose of this guy? Yan Luo has already guessed a little. The most likely thing is to kill yourself or clean up together when both sides are hurting. In this way, the wealth of the two families can be obtained. And it hasn't been a day or two since this guy coveted Rem. Thinking of this, Yan Luo already marked this guy with death in his heart. The Ogura family. I have been in close contact with the Capone family recently. A little guy in the Capone family wants to be in power. So a lot of things have happened recently. Several mafia families have been subdued. Willis Rear Admiral thinks that young people should be more humble. Brother, what do you think? Harry pretended to be aggressive. Yan Luo secretly. Young people should be more honest. Yan Luo nodded, yes. Young people shouldn't be too impulsive. Leave the Ogula family affairs to me. Yan Luo readily agreed. Then I will leave everything to you, brother. Don't disappoint Willis Rear Admiral and me. We will just wait for the good news from brother. Harry patted Yan Luo's shoulder pretendingly. Turn around and walk out. Before leaving, he gave Ram a greedy look. Boss, this guy has no good intentions. Ram reminded. This guy looks like he wants to hurt both our Pendragon family and the Ogura family. He wants to take advantage of it. Boss. I'll kill him. Ram was more direct. Yan Luo smiled faintly. Ram. Don't be so nervous. Isn't this an opportunity? Go and gather all the commanders. I'll wait. It's the boss. The two girls obeyed and left. The next moment, Yan Luo's face turned cold. Separate a person from the body. Would clone go and kill Harry? Do it in the shape of a marine. Would clone smiled coldly. Transformed into a marine under Colonel Harry, jumped out of the garden and disappeared in place. Yan Luo smiled coldly, there is no need for unruly guys to exist. Harry, you are right. You don't follow the rules. Chapter 4 Pendragon Family Castle Meeting Room. The 8 guard commanders who were drowsy from drinking tried their best to keep themselves awake. Because next their boss has a task to issue. Click. The door of the conference room opened. Yan Luo walked into the meeting room with a faint smile on his face. The one layer behind remains unchanged is Ram Rim. At this moment, the 8 commanders instantly stood up and bowed at 90 degrees, I have seen the boss. Sit down. Yan Luo waved his hand. Go to your own seat and sit down. Then he continued, I originally planned to let everyone have a good meal and drink to celebrate today. But there was a little accident. Next, you need to fight. Boss. If you need to hit someone, you have a word. I will definitely be the first to rush forward. The leader of the 5th Brigade, Meng Wu, expressed his loyalty loudly. That's right. Boss, we will fight wherever you say. Mary, the leader of the 6th Brigade, said seriously. Boss, just order. We are ready to fight at any time. I can't wait. I've mastered the devil fruit rewarded by the boss last month. It's time to try its power. The leader of the 9th Brigade, He Sha, raised his fist. The next moment it becomes a bear claw state. This is Zoan devil fruit in black bear form. Yan Luo nodded. Black shark. Pendragon is the head of the Pendragon family. Also a loyal supporter of Yan Luo. Yan Luo is more at ease with him. He even ate devil fruit. The other leaders were very envious. It's good for you to have this awareness. I think the territory of the Ogula family looks very friendly. It is a waste of resources for the Ogula family to use it as slave training and sales. It is better to use it to build a few hot springs for me. Trust Ogula, the Law family will understand my good intentions. Let's all go down and prepare. Black Shark and I will go to the ancient castle of the Ogula family. Others will take over the remaining towns and islands first. Yan Luo fluttered it decided the fate of the Ogura family. But several leaders took it for granted. Their bosses are omnipotent. Powerful as a monster. The mere Ogula family is easy to catch. They are absolutely convinced of this. If it weren't for the suppression of Marine in the past 2 years, the Pendragon family has already expanded wildly. All of them are pirates who can single-handedly defeat tens of millions of bounties. Be confident. Under the orders of Yan Luo, they all started to prepare. Call people. 9 large ships were summoned in 3 days. More than 1,000 mafia men. 1/3 of the Pendragon family went to war against the Ogura family. The Pendragon family moved frequently. Several nearby forces have naturally noticed it. The difference is, except for the Ogura family, several other families have been greeted by Marine. Nothing tense. The Ogura family is actively preparing for the war. Patriarch Fok Ogula has also received information from their backer, the Capone family. This time the Capone family has reached an agreement with Marine. The Capone family does not intervene. As long as the Ogula family wins. Then Willis Rear Admiral didn't care about the fact that the Ogula family didn't pay the protection fee before. And there will be no need to pay in the future. On the contrary, there is no need for the Ogula family to exist. The upper layer moved its mouth, and the lower layer broke its legs. That is the sorrow of those migrant workers in previous lives. However, in this world more bloody. The upper level clashes, the lower level blood flows like a river. Although Yan Luo was upset. But with his current background is not enough to challenge this rule. Now he just needs to use the opportunity to supplement the Pendragon family heritage. When he grows to a certain extent, West Blue's rules will be determined by him. Stand on the bow. Yan Luo was wearing a coat and smoking a cigar. I thought to myself, the young man the Capone family wants to be in power should be Capone Beeg. The supernova of the worst era in the future. Charlotte is the son-in-law of that fat woman in Linlin. Capone Beeg's ambition is not small. In the original book, even the fat woman wants to get rid of it. But now it's still an ant, not worth paying attention to. Boss. A large number of warships appeared ahead. The flag must belong to the Ogula family. Do you want to start the war immediately? At this time, Ram put down the binoculars and reminded. Oh. Have you delivered yourself to your door? Then kill them all. A faint smile appeared on Yan Luo's face. Every team is ready. Boss's order, kill them all. Rem ordered with a phone bug. The warships on Pendragon's side immediately adjusted their guns. The leaders are gearing up one by one. The other side. West Blue Marine 76 Branch Marine Base. Colonel Harry sat in the office. Listen to the report of the Marine soldiers in front of you. With a smirk on his face, hey hey hey. It's finally time to fight. That little BD Yan Luo actually dared to reject Colonel Ben. Which two twins Colonel Ben likes is your luck? How dare he not give Colonel Ben any face? This time let you die. At that time, the Ogula family will send the twins over. You can't escape Colonel Ben's palm. He 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 he. Colonel Harry's eyes became very greedy when he thought of Ram Rim. He has plenty of beauties. For Ram Rim, he never gave up. It was exactly that sentence. What is not available is always the best. The greed of the human heart can never be satisfied. By the way, the Pendragon family seems to have made a lot of money in the past few years. Colonel Ben will take over that little BD after he dies. By the way, let the soldiers get ready first. Harry said to himself. It seems that he has seen Yan Luo get rid of, and he has fully accepted the beauty of the Pendragon family's property. Oh, is this your plan? Suddenly a voice sounded. Who? Colonel Harry was taken aback. Turn around quickly. I saw a Marine soldier sitting on the sofa in his office. He crossed his legs and drank a cigar. Looks like a second uncle. Harry suddenly became angry. A little soldier dared to swagger and sit on his sofa. Still arrogantly smoking a cigar. The key is that the cigar is actually his own. A-hole. Who let you in? Soldier, which formation are you in? Get out of here immediately. Tell your boss to come and see me. Facing Colonel Harry's growl. The Marine soldiers were very calm. Breathing smoke rings leisurely, I am. Naval Headquarters Marshal Sengoku. Harry's face darkened immediately. Nima, Colonel Ben believes you are a ghost. Doesn't Colonel Dang Ben know what Marshal Sengoku looks like? Newspapers are all over the place. Who are you impersonating? Is this guy really insulting Colonel Ben's IQ by impersonating Marshal Sengoku? Bump Harry slapped the table. He roared angrily, A-hole, are you a fool or a colonel? The appearance of Marshal Sengoku is everywhere in newspapers. Who are you lying to? Report your name quickly. Otherwise, Colonel Ben will kill you immediately. After Harry finished speaking, pick up the shotgun and aim at the Marine soldier on the sofa. Papa Papa, the Marine soldier clapped his hands and said, ha ha ha. You can tell. I'm not Sengoku. I'm Monkeyed Garp, a classmate of Uncle's cousin, the cousin of Marshal Sengoku's adjutant. Thank you very much. Advise. So it's the uncle, Monkeyed Garp, the cousin of Marshal Sengoku's aide-de-camp. Harry repeated before snapping back. Isn't the name of Vice Admiral Garp Monkeyed Garp? This BD dared to play himself. Boy, you PD me off. If you don't tell me, go to hell. Harry was furious. Shoot directly and touch a bullet to the Marine soldier's head. When Harry's eyes widened. Look at the bullets that fell to the ground. The bullet had clearly hit the soldier in the head just now. Why didn't you call in? Hey! I was bitten by a mosquito just now. Colonel Harry. I didn't blame you. The hygiene of the office is very important. And remember to remove insects regularly. Armament hacky. Who the hell are you, what do you want from me? Colonel Harry was terrified. Everyone who can cultivate into armament haki is a master. At least better than him. Me, didn't you just say that? I'm Edward Newgate, a classmate of Uncle's cousin, the cousin of Marshal Sengoku's adjutant. The Marine soldier stood up and walked towards Colonel Harry. Liar! That's Whitebeard's name. Don't come here. Come on! Colonel Harry yelled in panic. Another shot at the Marine soldiers. Bang bang bang! The bullets hit the Marine soldiers but fell to the ground one after another. All blocked by armament haki. But following Harry's exclamation, the soldiers of Marine base heard it. Armed up, they rushed towards Harry's office. Hey! I'll just kill you lightly once. Don't move. The Marine soldier suddenly accelerated. He had already pinched Harry's neck between his raised hands. Harry couldn't even resist. No. Let it go, don't. Harry was lifted by the neck by the Marine soldiers, and he was lifted off the ground. A face was flushed. At this time, touch. The door of the office was kicked open. A group of Marine soldiers rushed in. Just in time to see Colonel Harry being held hostage. They raised their guns and aimed at the soldier. Put down Colonel Harry. Are you going to rebel, bloody soldier? Click the next second. Harry's neck was snapped. The Marine soldier said with an innocent face, "That's what? I just twisted it lightly, do you believe it? Damn it! How dare you kill Colonel Harry? Get him!" Colonel Harry's men rushed forward. But Marine soldiers are faster. With a move of his feet, he jumped out of the window. With a burst of gunshots, the soldiers below had already shot at the murderer. An hour later, a group of Marine soldiers looked at the sea angrily. They chased all the way. The murderer jumped directly into the sea. Naturally, the Marine soldiers will not give up. A large number of soldiers jumped into the sea in an attempt to catch the murderer. But nothing. This makes them how to explain to the boss. The murderer ran away right under their noses. Chapter 5. Right after the murderer jumped into the ocean over at the Marine branch, Yan Luo's wood clone has been automatically removed. Yan Luo felt in his heart that the avatar dissipated. There was a faint smile on his face. Colonel Harry. Congratulations on your release. Yan Luo is still very confident about the strength of his wood clone. Just a colonel. Still the colonel who hadn't even been in naval headquarters. A wood clone would kill him like a chicken. Now that wood clone is removed, that greedy idiot is dead. Boss. Do you want to start attacking? Rem reminded from the side. The distance between the two fleets is about to reach the attack range. Yan Luo took off the cigar in his mouth and flicked the ash. He said lightly, "Fire the gun." Boom boom boom. Following Yan Luo's order, the fleet of House Pendragon begins to attack. Shells bombarded the fleet of the Ogura family. Dodge. Pay attention to dodge. Counterattack. Shoot me. Kill the bastards of the Pendragon family. Rak Ogula yelled angrily. In this life, he has gathered 80% of the fighting power of the family. A full 4,000 people. More than 20 warships. The old man in the family agreed to him. Just defeat the Pendragon family. He is the head of the house. Originally thought that his battleship and number of people were more than 3 times that of the opponent. Pendragon's PSY is sure to scare the shit out of him. I didn't expect the Pendragon family to be so ignorant that they dared to take the initiative to attack. Rucker decides. Later, I must brutally kill that little BD. The battle was intense from the very beginning. Both sides fired regardless of cost. Countless shells exploded at the positions of both sides. Seeing this, Yan Luo has to complain about the gunners of One Piece World. Throughout the entire original, it seems that few pirates were killed by shells. Such a large target vessel. None of the dense shells could hit the ships on both sides. Even if it is about to hit, it will be directly blocked by the masters of both sides. For example, At this time, Ram stepped forward and raised his hand to explode the crystal. A crystal ball appeared in front of Ram. The next moment, a large number of crystal fragments burst out from the crystal ball. The shells approaching the ship were intercepted by crystal fragments. It can't be within 20 meters of this ship at all. There are also masters in the Ogula family. They used weapons or body skills to stop the shells approaching the ship. The distance between the two fleets is getting closer and closer. Then they stopped shelling tacitly. Ready to take on the battle. Boss, I'm ready to take on Hyun. That. Can I? Lam looked at Yan Luo shyly. Ram. Your job is to be a maid. Ram reminded coldly. Ram. People know. You don't need to remind me. Ram said unconvinced. But look at the enemy who is getting closer. Ram couldn't help being a little excited. Yan Luo smiled and said, it's okay. Go if you want. After all, this is Ram's favorite fight. Ram's eyes lit up. Thank you, boss. You are so kind. Haha. Lam hugged Yan Luo excitedly and made a sneak attack. Then a crystal dagger appeared in each of the hands. Ram's devil fruit ability. Paramecia crystal fruit. This girl is different from Rim. For fighters. Whether it's fighting the enemy, or a special fight with Yan Luo. Like it all. I remember that this girl attacked me at night when she was 16. Yan Luo is not a nice person. Naturally, he suppressed it unceremoniously. That was the first time for both parties. Ram was directly suppressed by Yan Luo many times to the death. Compared with Ram's initiative, Rem is more self-disciplined. It was not until last year that Rem was taken down by the drunk Yan Luo. And every month, the number of fights with Yan Luo is arranged according to reasonable arrangements. Thinking of this, Yan Luo smiled. Decided to reward these two maids who have been by my side tonight. Think of it as a reward for celebrating your own expansion. Little ones. For the Pendragon family. For the boss. Get rid of Ogura's bastards. On the battleship where Black Shark was. Black Shark shouted loudly. For the boss. Kill, kill, kill. Hundreds of younger brothers shouted loudly. Immediately afterwards, the Mafia on other battleships seemed to be infected by this atmosphere. One by one raised their weapons and shouted loudly. Yan Luo nodded in satisfaction. The fleets of both sides have approached. Yan Luo stepped forward. Clapwood style. Bridge technique. Ka 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 the next second. The boat that Yan Luo was on immediately grew wooden sticks. Quickly link the ships of the entire fleet. Then the wooden bar quickly extended towards the hostile ship. The warships of both sides are linked together by wooden battens. Everyone was dumbfounded. It's demon fruit power. The boss has built a bridge for us. Kill them all. Kill all the offal of the Ogula family. Black Shark took the lead. Step on the bridge and kill the local ships. Boss, I'm going to fight. Ram hadn't finished speaking. The figure has disappeared from Yan Luo's side. Quickly rushed to the local fleet to fight. There was no fluctuation in Yan Luo's eyes. Clap your hands again and snap wood style. Throne technique the next moment. A wooden platform grew out of the deck beneath Yan Luo's feet, forming a throne. Yan Luo sat on the throne grandly. Rem stood beside her, motionless. The wooden platform raised the throne slowly. It rose 30 meters in a short while. Yan Luo looked down on the entire battlefield like a king. Rem took out the black tea and started making tea. Everything is so natural. It was as if the fighting below did not exist at all. Yan Luo rested his chin on one hand. Watch the battle below. There is no suspense. The 8 leaders of the Pendragon family and Ram entered the flock like tigers. Countless enemies fell under their weapons. Boss, please drink tea. Rem, as a maid, made a cup of fragrant black tea for Yan Luo very professionally. The battlefield below did not affect the master and servant at all. Yan Luo's thoughts were indeed not on the battlefield. Because the battlefield does not need him to care about. The Ogura family's mafia is nothing but trash after all. Paying attention to these miscellaneous fish is not as important as drinking a cup of Lem's black tea. What Yan Luo thought about was Wood Style's ability. Obvious. Wood Style's ability is very useful. The inheritance of Senju Hashirama is even more impressive. What do you call when you clap your hands? No stamping is required at all. As long as you want to make what you want to make, just make what you want. It's simply off. No wonder in the world of Hokage, Madara of Manjiki, who can be played by Hashirama in the world of Hokage, screams. Yan Luo also discovered another ability of Wood Style. Very interesting ability. Can accelerate the maturation of plants. According to the characteristics of plants, you can make plants you want. That's where it gets interesting. There was a plant in Blue Star in the previous life, which Yan Luo felt was very suitable for celestial dragons. Its name is Poppy. Hee. This is the rhythm for me to be a poison king. But it seems to be a good match for fooling those pigs. Chapter 6. On the sea, dozens of warships formed a battlefield. Yan Luo sits on a 30-meter high throne made by Wood Style. The right hand supports the chin. He put down the empty black teacup with his left hand. His fingers tapped lightly on the armrest of the throne. Rem, who was dressed as a maid beside her, poured Yan Luo another cup of black tea dutifully. Standing respectfully behind Yan Luo, the battlefield was littered with corpses. The bloody, brutal, hell-like scene did not affect this dedicated maid in the slightest. On the battleship of the Ogula family, Lak Ogula did not participate in the battle for the time being under the protection of his subordinates. But Lak's face was almost distorted. I saw my subordinates being killed by the enemy one by one. Already a third of the warships are taken by the Pendragon bastards. Damn it! Why? Why can't several times as many people beat those bastards? Trash! They are all trash! Lak Ogula roared angrily. Lifting his foot, he kicked away several bodyguards around him. What do you bastards want? Drive it to me. Kill all the Pendragon bastards. Or go to hell. The bodyguards around Lak dared not speak out. You can only carry your weapon and go to the battlefield to kill. The next moment, Lak suddenly saw the throne made at 30 meters away. Yan Luo's superior attitude is not pleasing to the eye no matter what. Little BD. How dare you be so arrogant? You guys, kill him for me. Rucker yelled at the remaining men on board. Shoot me. I want that awful to be a sieve. Yes. Dozens of mafia armed with machine guns immediately raised their guns and fired at Yan Luo, who was sitting on the throne. Da-da-da. Countless bullets hit Yan Luo and Yan Luo didn't even move his eyelids. Rem stepped forward. He raised his hand, blood shield. In the next second, the blood on the sea surface was attracted. Countless blood gathered directly in front of Yan Luo and the two to form a bloody shield. The puff bullet hit the blood shield and had no effect other than splashing some blood. It's demon fruit power again. Keep shooting me. Kill them. Luke jumped his feet angrily. However, when the subordinates finished firing the bullets, even the guns became hot. Still did not break the defense of the blood shield. The last wounded weapon is unusable. He had no choice but to stop the attack. On the throne, Yan Luo just finished his second cup of black tea. Rem continued to refill tea for Yan Luo. Button. Yan Luo's finger tapping on the handrail was 3 points faster. He frowned, it's too slow. Yes. I see. Rem said immediately, and put down the teapot in her hand. Walk out of the platform step by step. When Rem got 1 foot he was in the air. Immediately, a bloody step appeared under his feet. This moment, the image of the perfect maid has completely changed. Hair fluttering. The blood water in the sea water is automatically attracted. They all gathered behind Rem. Blood surrounded Rem. It will turn into a dragon for a while. It will become a phoenix. The next moment they turned into various animals. Rem is like a queen standing in blood. Ram and the 8 commanders who were fighting saw the blood rising on the ground. Look up! The faces of each of them changed wildly. Ram casually slaughtered the 2 mafia in front of him. He exclaimed in surprise, "It's not good. Rem is going to attack. All the little ones give me a full shot. Otherwise, there will be no one to kill later." Leaders such as Black Shark and Mary became nervous. "Hurry up! Kill the enemy with all your strength. We will have no chance after Ram's big sister attack. Kill!" The mafia of the Pendragon family seemed to have been beaten like chicken blood. The enemies who killed the Ogula family retreated steadily. Lak, who was watching the battle, hopped his feet angrily. Tatarem finally came down from the sky. "Yes, just go down step by step." His eyes swept across the battlefield. "Boss said you are too full." The battlefield stopped suddenly. Ram and the 8 leaders bowed their heads one by one. It seems to have become a primary school student reprimanded by his parents. "Honestly push. Don't look at them killing the enemy arrogantly and fiercely. That also depends on whom. In the Pendragon family, Yan Luo is undoubtedly the most prestigious. The second one was not Gut, the previous patriarch. It was the perfect maid Rem in front of her. When Rem was 16 years old, one person slaughtered a big pirate with a bounty of 50 million baileys. Plus more than 2,000 pirates under his command. The mafia who had seen that battle were silent. More than 2,000 pirates were all turned into mummies within 10 minutes. Rem's devil fruit ability Paramecia blood fruit. Terrifying. "Back off," Rem said lightly. "Back, let's go." Ram and the 8 commanders turned around and ran away with their men in panic. Lark was full of doubts. What happened to them? They ran away. "Young master. This is an opportunity. We can take this opportunity to hunt down. Kill the bastards of the Pendragon family," a subordinate suggested. "Okay. Give it to me. It's rare to kill them all. Grab the girl." Luck felt that he was doing it again, and ordered vigorously. "Kill." The mafia of the Ogula family seemed to see the hope of victory. One by one was bloody. "Go after the enemy with all your might." Blood hell. The next moment, Rem's crisp voice sounded faintly on the battlefield. I saw the blood coming out of the corpses that fell on the battlefield quickly. The corpse quickly dried up and turned into a skinny mummified corpse. Chapter 7. The corpses of more than 1,000 mafias who died on the battlefield turned into mummies in an instant. Even those wounded Ogura family mafia. The blood on their bodies rushed out of the wound uncontrollably. "Ah, my blood! Don't! How did this happen? Help me! Damn it! Laozi just broke his finger a little bit. How could this happen?" The wounded subordinates of the Ogula family wailed in fear. But these have no effect. A few breaths and they become mummies. The mafia who had risen up were stunned. He stared blankly at the piece of blood floating in mid-air. What happened? At this moment, their minds went blank. Rem didn't give them much time to think about it. Because Yan Luo said too slow, since the boss thought it was too slow, Rem decided to end the battle in an instant. I saw Rem raised one hand and waved the blood arrow rain towards the bottom. Puff puff. The blood suspended in midair instantly turned into a dense rain of arrows. Fall against the mafia of the Ogura family. There were screams one after another. This dense rain of arrows sifted more than 1,000 Ogula family mafias in a second. The screams also disappeared at this moment. In the entire battlefield of the Ogura family's mafia, only Lak survived. But he doesn't seem to be in good spirits. Rucker muttered to himself, "Impossible. False. It must be an illusion. Die for me, die." Die. Lark drew the saber from his waist. Charged towards Rem. Rem raised her hand. He said lightly, kill all the boss's orders. Blood blade and saw the blood floating around Rem turned into a crescent moon blood blade. Rucker's head flew high. The body rushed forward a few steps in inertia before falling down. So far, thousands of people on the 28 battleships of the Ogula family have all died. Its vice-admiral nearly 2,000 mafia were instantly killed by Rem. Rem turned and bowed to Yan Luo after destroying the Ogura family's mafia. Yan Luo stood up from the throne with a smile on his face. Clapped his palms, good job. Rem has worked hard. Crack the next second. Yan Luo clapped his hands together. The wood-style effect slowly wears off. The throne is also back on deck. Little ones, it's time to harvest. He Xiao laughed loudly. Leading his men rushed to the enemy's fleet. Receive the loot. Although Konoha gold and silver treasures are on the battleship of the Ogura family. But this batch of munitions and supplies, 28 warships themselves are a big ratio of finances. After the battle is over, there will be special financial personnel to check and estimate the value. 50% of them belong to Yan Luo. 20% belong to the leader. 20% goes to those who participated in the war, and the remaining 10% goes to subsidies for injuries and deaths. Yan Luo's subordinates were naturally very happy. After receiving the loot, the newly formed 37 warships continued to attack the home of the Ogura family. Ogura Island. At this moment, Tyson Ogura and the senior members of the Ogura family were waiting anxiously in the castle. According to the report of the last phone bug, Rucker has started a war with the Pendragon family. The fate of the Ogura family will depend on the outcome of this battle. Win the Ogura family and go one step further. If you lose, it's really all over. So the upper echelons of the family are very nervous. Patriarch, why don't we call and ask about the battle situation? It's really frustrating to wait like this. Thought the senior suggested. No. I'm afraid we are still fighting now. It is difficult to tell the winner within a few hours. After all, this is a battle of thousands of people. It would be bad if it affects morale. Tyson Ogura refused. The family is right. Another high-level person said. It's not good, the big thing is not good. At this moment, a mafia rushed in. Patriarch. People from the Pendragon family have landed on Ogura Island. They also brought all the warships that our family fought. Nanny. For a while, the whole castle was eerily quiet. Port of Ogura Island. Yan Luo led his men to log in mightily. Once off the ship, he directly ordered his subordinates to occupy the port. No vessel is allowed to leave. He led his men to kill the ancient castle of Ogura. Pedestrians on the street were frightened by this menacing group of people. The once bustling streets quickly became empty. Yan Luo took the lead, followed by Rem, Black Shark, and others. Hundreds of people stepped out of the momentum of tens of thousands. Just then, in a fruit shop stall on the street, a pockmarked woman glanced at Yan Luo quietly. That's it. Ding, find important plot characters, choose to start. Option 1, how can you be a boss without a secretary? Take Nico Robin as a secretary. The system will reward you with 1000 forging pills. It can increase the strength of common people by 500. Option 2, the secretary is not a lover. Take Nico Robin directly and force her to become the host's lover. The system rewards the dragon and the tiger with the golden gun. Enhance the man's ability by 10 times. Option 3, as a mafia boss, you need black and white. Grab Nico Robin and dedicate it to the world government. Get a good feeling from the world government. The system rewards Kangxi brand super simulation dolls. Yan Luo stopped in his tracks. The multiple choice question appeared again. Nico Robin. Yan Luo turned his head and looked around. Finally locked on the pockmarked woman at the fruit stand pretending to sell fruit. Tall. The skin is a little dark. Short hair with a sun hat. The only difference is the pockmarks on the face. But Yan Luo took a closer look and saw that it was not a pockmark. It's faked. Needless to say, it must be her. Choice 3 was crossed out by Yan Luo and given to the world government. He doesn't want to be a dog for celestial dragons. Why don't good people do it? Both the second and the first rewards are good. But Yan Luo still silently crossed out the second one. The system chooses the first one. The system rewards have been distributed to the host's space backpack. Unfinished tasks will be taken back directly. Please complete the selection as soon as possible. Start with the secretary. Nico Robin, you can't escape my palm. Hee. Yan Luo raised his hand while thinking. Woman over there. I bought your fruit and you. Come with me. Chapter 8. Nico Robin's mind was blank right now. I said handsome guy. I've pretended to be so ugly, why are you still eyeing me? Is it too attractive? Hateful. It can't go on like this. Must hide my charm. Robin pretended not to hear. He lowered his head and pretended to be scared. But how could Yan Luo let her go so easily? Come around with your men. Yan Luo smiled. He picked up the fruit and threw it to the subordinates behind him. You're welcome. I've already bought these fruits and the boss. Feel free to eat. Yan Luo smiled. He Sha and the others suddenly laughed. No matter what Yan Luo wants to do, they are not qualified to ask. They all smiled and took away the fruits from Robin's booth. Thank you, boss. Just a little thirsty. These fruits are good. He Sha and others spoke while eating. Nico Robin despises inwardly. Aren't these bastards a little tricky? This is all my fruit is good or not? Eat my fruit and be grateful for others. Can you be any more shameless? On the surface Robin put on a terrified look. His body was shaking with fright, and he said tremblingly, My lords. My mother told me to go home for dinner, farewell. After speaking, Robin turned around in a panic and was about to run. The acting is really outstanding. Yan Luo's men believed it. Even Yan Luo might have believed her if she hadn't known her identity from the beginning. It's a pity that this time Robin is doomed to fail. I saw Yan Luo stepping in front of Robin. Robin, who was about to leave quickly, didn't pay attention and ran into Yan Luo's arms. His waist tightened. Robin froze. Almost had to do it. Immediately Yan Luo let go of Robin. He smiled and said, Be careful when you walk, otherwise, you will fall down. Don't be so frizzy next time, you know. Robin rolled his eyes inwardly. If you hadn't appeared suddenly, how could I have fallen? And what is the tone of this lesson? Robin pretended to be grateful and scared. Thank you, my lord. I have something to go home first, and I must thank you very much next time. Robin planned to leave this shameless man in front of him as soon as possible. Then leave the island. Naturally, Yan Luo couldn't let him do what he wanted. He said, Stop. You have been bought by me. From now on, you are my secretary. Come with me. Yan Luo ordered in an unquestionable tone. A gang of mafioso looked at Robin enviously. It is a great honor to be the secretary of the boss. Didn't you see Ramram's two personal maids? Because they are people close to Yan Luo, the two sisters were given devil fruit. Powerful and terrifying. In their eyes, the pockmarked woman in front of them was simply the daughter of the goddess of fortune. Unfortunately, they don't know Robin's heart. What a shit secretary. That's the most troublesome thing for Robin. His identity may be exposed at any time. Firmly disagree. No, you must leave this place of right and wrong quickly. Nico Robin started acting. In the next second, tears pooled in his eyes. A face full of panic and fear. No. Don't. Please let me go. I don't know anything. I am ugly. And there is a seriously ill mother to take care of. The children in the family, it's a congenital imbecility again, and you can't leave me. I beg you to do me a favor and let me go, woo woo. Even Yan Luo couldn't help but sigh in his heart, what a sad story. Yan Luo smiled, you don't understand anything. Yet. I don't know anything except farming. I can't read. Robin replied honestly. Yan Luo continued, you look ugly. Yet. Pock-marked face. You have a seriously ill mother and imbecile children who cannot leave you. Woo-hoo, my poor old mother and children. They'll starve to death without me. Robin wiped the tears from the corners of his eyes. Yan Luo smiled and said, it's none of my business. If you don't agree to be my secretary, then I will gouge out your eyes without hesitation. Let your dreams go to hell. Do you want to try it? Don't worry. I'll do it fast and it won't hurt. It's free. Robin's heart skipped a beat. Gouging out eyes? And he knows his dream? Has my identity been exposed? The old lady said it was so miserable, and this BD still smiled so cheerfully. Demon. Absolutely demonic. Yan Luo continued to speak. So, tell me your choice. Be my secretary. Or let me gouge out your eyes. Nico Robin didn't pretend either. He glared at Yan Luo angrily. You're ruthless. But take me in, can you handle it? Then there will be countless troubles coming to your door. Robin tried another way to get rid of Yan Luo's threat. In the face of absolute strength, all roadblocks will be smashed. Yan Luo said confidently. Okay. I promise you. Robin was sure. The villain in front of him definitely knows his true identity. Escape hope is impossible. Then be hypocritical for the time being. Look for opportunities. Yan Luo smiled with satisfaction. Black Shark, you take people to take down the Ogula castle, and I will go there to receive it later. REM, prepare her a secretary's exclusive costume. This is for you. Wash off your face. Yan Luo raised hand directly made a mask with wood style and handed it to Robin. Rem also quickly turned around to get the clothes. 10 minutes later. The secretary's exclusive suit and skirt that Robin has changed into. Holding a small book in hand. With a mask made by Yan Luo on his face. Turning around, she became a standard Yuja's secretary. Yan Luo nodded in satisfaction. Snapped his fingers perfect. Then Miss Secretary. Come with me. Go and receive our spoils. Okay boss. Robin immediately got into the mood. Follow Yan Luo Wang Ogura Castle. Chapter 9. When Yan Luo brought Rem and Robin to Ogula Castle. The entire castle has been taken by Black Shark Ram. Ogura's top management has all surrendered. Was detained in the hall. The big men who used to be domineering are now all prisoners. Patriarch. Do you think that kid from the Pendragon family will accept our surrender? A high-level person asked nervously. Tyson Ogula had a confident expression on his face, don't worry. That kid will definitely agree. We have the means of making money such as arms and slaves. Only we can contact the line. No one will make things difficult for Bailey. Haha. The head of the family is right. Maybe we can be reused by then. A high-level person laughed. The senior management breathed a sigh of relief. It seems that Yan Luo let them go, and even reused their pictures. But the younger brothers of the Pendragon family who guarded them sneered in their hearts, do you still want to be reused? You want to eat farts. As Yan Luo's subordinates, they want to be clear about Yan Luo's methods, and they will not hesitate to cut grass and roots. Even if he was not killed, he would be turned into a slave by Yan Luo, mining and working for the rest of his life, unable to escape. Tread. At this moment, Yan Luo walked in with Robin and Rem. Ram, Black Shark, and others hurriedly saluted boss. Yan Luo nodded. Look at the people in the hall. In the end, the eyes were fixed on Tyson. Black Shark hurriedly said, "Boss, the senior members of the Ogura family are here. The treasures in their family warehouse are being counted. The property is also being checked." Yan Luo nodded, "Yet. Wait for the inventory of the property and hand over to Robin." "I know the boss." Black Shark nodded without hesitation. "You are Yan Luo? Pendragon? You are unexpectedly young. I want to make a deal with you," Tyson said. "Make trade requests with confidence." Yan Luo looked at Tyson. The old guy in his 60s still looks very energetic. But the eyes made Yan Luo very unhappy. "Do you say that you don't know the tone of speech between a defeated and a victor? Also pose as equals. Are you out of your mind?" Yan Luo sneered, "Hee. Why didn't you commit suicide?" Tyson froze for a moment. "I thought I heard it wrong." Robin was also taken aback. "I didn't expect Yan Luo to be so ruthless as soon as he opened his mouth. Why don't people commit suicide when they open their mouths? This is out of routine. His own boss is really not an ordinary person." Yan Luo continued, "It would be nice to commit suicide. Or die on the battlefield like your son. Then I will look up to you. Why should you be greedy for life and afraid of death? It will be very difficult for me. Do you know? No stability factors. I always like to kill in advance. No. No. I have an upline for the arms and slave trade. I can provide you with hundreds of millions of Baileys every year. Don't you want it?" Tyson was afraid. "Shake out your cards. Kill me and you will lose a lot of wealth." "You can't kill me." Ram and others despised it. No one can change what the boss decides. This guy is already dead in their eyes. As for Bailey, their Pendragon is poor and only Bailey is left. Billions in business profits every year. What is a mere 100 million Baileys? Hey, Yan Luo sighed. He hooked his fingers at a younger brother in the corner. The younger brother stepped forward immediately. "Boss." Yan Luo nodded and said, "Give me your knife." The younger brother respectfully handed his taedeo to Yan Luo. Tyson over there was already pale with fright. Several high-level officials of the Ogula family around him hurriedly stepped aside. "I'm afraid that I will be bloody later." Yan Luo pulled out the taedeo and flicked it. He smiled and said, "Not bad, it's quite sharp. It should be cut quickly. It's a good knife." The little brother who handed over the taedeo looked proud. "This is a treasured sword handed down in my family. I heard that it is comparable to the Liang Kui Dao 50 works. Yet, it's a good knife." Yan Luo smiled and waved his hand. The proud little boy still had a smile on his face, and his head bumped and fell to the ground. The corpse also fell slowly. "It's a good knife. It's very fast." Yan Luo expressed his satisfaction. Robin's heart skipped a beat. Why did this guy even kill his younger brother? So ruthless. Demon. Tyson and others stared wide-eyed. What's going on? Black Shark and the others didn't even frown. As if the one who died was not his own. Yan Luo glanced at Black Shark, "Go and take out the things in his pocket." He Sha immediately stepped forward upon hearing this. A ruby the size of a pigeon egg was found from the corpse's pocket. Absolutely worth tens of millions of Pele. Black Shark kicked the corpse's head hard. "Pass the ruby to Yan Luo." Yan Luo glanced at Robin and said, "Take it, Robin, and put it into the account when it is handed over." Only then did Robin understand. Carefully result ruby. "I know the boss." The awe of Yan Luo was even higher. She understood. A man with a smile in front of him must not be offended. You must also be serious in doing things. Yan Luo was satisfied when he saw the change in Robin's eyes. This is a good start. Then I turned my head and looked at my younger brothers. It's not that I don't care about affection. Every time you go out with me, do I give you less money? Why are some people still dishonest? Do you think my sword is not good? Welcome, the next idiot will try the knife. I'm not good at taking care of the boss. Please punish me, boss. Black Shark bowed respectfully. Ask Yan Luo to punish him. Yan Luo gave Heisha a cold look. This time your dividend will be halved. I don't want another time. It's the boss. Heisha heaved a sigh of relief. Fortunately, the dividend was only halved. When Yan Luo was just in charge of the first guard army, the lightest mistake is a severed limb. He didn't even bat an eyelid when he killed someone who made a mistake. Then, it's your turn next. Patriarch Tyson. I'm sorry. It would be great if you committed suicide. I need to waste my energy. Yan Luo walked towards Tyson, who was already scared to pee, with a knife. Chapter 10. No. Don't kill me. I have. Tyson's head fell to the ground before he finished begging for mercy. Yan Luo casually threw the sword in his hand on the ground. All the high-level members of the Agula family and their families are sent to mine. Yan Luo decided the fate of the Agula family's high-level officials with one sentence. Although the senior members of the Agula family were frustrated, but at least his life was saved. He didn't dare to beg for mercy in front of Yan Luo. Because of Tyson's lessons learned. These high-level people are actually very cooperative. Robin watched these undergo several internal changes. First, Robin's thoughts of running away were temporarily extinguished. Because I have seen Yan Luo's cruelty, Robin didn't dare to try it lightly. In addition, there may be 4 good hiding places for Yan Luo here. The most important thing is that she has been identified. The man in front of him is definitely a real villain. Next, there is almost no obstacle to the occupation of other territories of the Agula family. In 3 days, all the territory of the Agula family was occupied. Return to House Pendragon's headquarters. The system task is completed, so don't worry that Senju Hashirama's inheritance will be recycled by the system. In the back garden of the Pendragon family castle, Yan Luo finished his physical training. After taking a refreshing bath, I am enjoying the black tea made by Ram. At this time Ram came over with a phone bug. Boss. Marine phone. Yeah. Take it here. Yan Luo reached out and took the phone bug. Robin's heart beat faster. With a worried look on his face, Yan Luo just smiled without explaining. I'm Yan Luo. Pendragon. Yan Luo said. A voice came from the phone bug. Yan Luo, I am Marine Colonel Kuroi. You have done a good job this time. Now Marine has acquiesced that the Ogura family's territory belongs to you. Regarding the last quarter's Ogula family's dividends, I hope you can do it as soon as possible. Make it up. Colonel Chloe? I'm sorry I don't know you. If you have anything to say, Colonel Harry should contact me. Yan Luo said angrily. Colonel Harry has already died for the Marine. I will contact you next. This is what Willis Rear Admiral means. Colonel Chloe explained. Yan Luo looked shocked. How is it possible? Brother Harry came over to drink with my Pendragon family a few days ago. How could he die? Don't lie to me. I will call Brother Harry to confirm now. Try to lie to me, Bailey, is not that easy. Yan Luo roared angrily. Colonel Chloe on the opposite side was silent for a moment. Then he said, Hey! We are also very sad that Colonel Harry died. But it is true. Colonel Harry was attacked and murdered by the Marine traitor Graham. If you don't believe it, you can read the newspapers 3 days ago. The traitor has been killed by Marine Wanted. Yan Luo naturally knew that that idiot Harry was dead. But now I still have to pretend to be on my back. Why? How is it possible? Why did Brother Harry be killed? And what happened to that Graham? Tell me. I will tear him to pieces. The thing is like this. Bara, Colonel Chloe said the matter again. It turned out that Graham was the handyman in the Marine base kitchen. Because of losing money in gambling, he borrowed usury. He was discovered by Colonel Harry while stealing money. Colonel Harry then ran off. Of course, this is just the reason Marine can think of. Because the real Graham did gamble and sign loan sharks. It was just killed by Yan Luo's wood clone ahead of time. Then wood clone turned into him and killed Harry. Yan Luo touched the non-existent tears with sadness. He said slightly sadly, "This is really a sad story." Then Colonel Chloe. "If there is any news about that Graham, I hope you can tell me. I want to avenge brother Harry." "That's right. I will give people the dividends. Come here. Happy cooperation in the future." The phone bug hangs up. The sadness on Yan Luo's face disappeared immediately. Put on a happy smile. "I hope this Chloe will act honestly and follow the rules. Otherwise, send him to chat with Harry." Robin narrowed his eyes. The dead Colonel Marine belonged to Yan. Absolutely. Did this guy block my face and say that he has decided to eat me? By the way, Robin. Have you counted all the gains this time? Yan Luo looked at Robin with a smile. Robin nodded, "It's already been counted. This time the loot, cash, and treasures are worth 3 billion Baileys. Casino warships are estimated to be worth 1.5 billion Baileys." Yan Luo nodded. "No surprises. Get ready for 1.8 billion Baileys. Call the little ones. It's time to distribute the money." Robin was a little surprised. "I don't know what kind of person this man is. The 1.8 billion Bailey said it would be taken out. Doesn't he feel bad at all? You know she has been in the dark since she was 8 years old. There are not a few bosses and captains who have seen and followed. But each one is extremely greedy. Don't say 1.8 billion. Even her reward of 79 million Baileys was eager to get it immediately, and she betrayed her without hesitation." Yan Luo took out 1.8 billion berries and distributed them to his subordinates without batting an eyelid. This man doesn't seem interested in money, so what exactly does he want? Robin knows that Yan Luo is definitely not a person who wants nothing. So what exactly does Yan Luo want? Right, beauty? Yan Luo naturally didn't know what Robin was thinking. Even if he knew, he wouldn't care. Because in West Blue he doesn't have to worry about anyone anymore. Although Yan Luo was powerful in combat before, he didn't have enough men. In the Grand Line, he belonged to the level of miscellaneous fish. But now you don't have to worry about it. The reward issued by the system is 1000 body forging pills. Each of them can create a Superman with more than 500 powers. Fukura from CP9 said it in the original book. One can be called a Superman if the power value exceeds 500. 500 powers is already equivalent to a Marine Common Officer. Think about it, you have the combat power of 1,000 Marine officers. You can definitely walk sideways on the West Blue side. Then just keep expanding. Just absorb nutrients and strengthen your power. Ding! It is detected that the host has completed the task of expanding the territory. The choice of fate begins. Option 1, form your own pirate group. Become the famous pirate of the 4 emperors within 3 years. The system rewards Zanpakuto Regenjaka. Option 2, as a mafia, you should develop this promising career well. Continue to expand the territory of the Pendragon family. Dominate West Blue within 3 years. Become the first family of the Mafia. The system rewards the appearance of Tegu Mashin, the quintessence of demons. Option 3, for world peace. Eliminate the celestial dragons within 5 years. Establish a new order. The system rewards the perfect Ultra Instinct. Chapter 11. There are new options. Yan Luo smiled knowingly. This is another gift for myself. Yan Luo quickly checked. Was shocked instantly. This time the rewards are not insignificant. Region Jaka of Choice 1. That is Zanpakuto, known as the strongest flame system. Bankai then has a temperature close to that of the sun's core. Has the power to destroy the world. Choice 2 is also great. In Zanmei, Aces can freeze time by relying on this Taigu. It can be seen that it is terrifying. Not to mention the choice of 3. A power that even gods of destruction and angels covet. Perfect Ultra Instinct. Possessing it, the fighting instinct would surpass the gods. Easily leapfrog challenges. As long as you master Ultra Instinct, you will get a pass to become a god. Damn it. The third option is a pit. There is still a chance to kill the celestial dragons in 5 years. But it is basically impossible to establish a new order. The time is too short. Even taking West Blue may not be enough time. So the third choice is pass. The first one is also a direct pass. Wouldn't it be good to continue to be the big boss of my mafia? If you want to be as famous as the 4 emperors, you must at least be on par with 4 emperors. Don't do such a tiring thing. I choose the second system. Yan Luo chooses the easiest second. The second option is also the safest relative to the other 2. That's all there is to West Blue. Compared to Grand Line New World, it is paradise. Ding! The system rewards have been issued. Fusion Demon God Appearance, the essence of demons. System fusion is over quickly. Yan Luo felt that his strength had improved a lot. It has increased by about 30%. And the experience of using the essence of demons has reached the level of Aces. Yan Luo lightly tapped the black teacup with his fingers. Crack for a moment. The black teacup and the black tea in the cup turned into ice cubes. Yan Luo smiled, it's good now. Xiao Tian can have a cold drink anytime. It's a really good ability. If Aces knew that Yan Luo used the essence of the devil just to drink cold drinks for Xiao Tian, I don't know if it would be so BPD off. In front of Pendragon Castle. More than 800 mafia gangs, under the leadership of the 8 commanders. Waiting quietly. But his eyes were fixed on the big boxes at the door. In accordance with past practice. The money should be the dividends for them. The entire West Blue Mafia is only one of the Pendragon family. Because the Pendragon family's mafia is very hard-working, and the loyalty is also the highest among the West Blue Mafia. Yan Luo brought Ram and Robin to the door. The mafia subordinates looked at Yan Luo enthusiastically one by one. Boss can be heard several miles away. Yan Luo raised his hand and pressed falsely. The sound stopped immediately. Only then did Yan Luo speak. Little ones. I am very satisfied with your heroic performance this time. Everyone will be rewarded. But before the rewards, I will announce a few things first. First. After I took over as the head of the family, the position of the commander of the 1st Brigade has not yet been appointed. Now I announce. Nami will take over as the commander of the 1st Brigade. One is in her 20s. The red-haired woman with a scar in the corner of her eye took a step forward. Bowing to Yan Luo, thank you boss for your trust. Nami will definitely not let boss down. Yet. Yan Luo nodded. He continued to speak, second. This time, Black Shark's subordinates did not obey the rules. Black Shark's reward will be reduced by half. I hope you will take it as a warning. Sorry, boss. Black Shark lowered his head in shame. Third. The top 50 brothers from the 9 guards. I will give them a great benefit. That is the forging pill. Eat this forging pill. Even a common can become a marine officer. The strength of the level. Each person can only take it once. It is useless to eat more. The higher the strength, the less effective it is to eat the exercise pill. Nanny? And this kind of magical medicine. The eyes of all the mafia subordinates began to stare. This is what Yan Luo wanted. Then he snapped his fingers and saw Rem walking up holding a jade box. Open the roll call, Nami, the commander of the 1st Brigade. Come up. Here. Nami hurried to Rem. Rem opened the jade box. Take out a body forging pill from it. Long in size. But Nami was very excited. After receiving it, he looked at Yan Luo. Boss. Can I eat it directly? Yes. Yan Luo smiled. Gilu. Nami swallowed the pill in one gulp. All eyes were on Nami. It seems to be asking her about the effect. After a minute, Nami ran to a boulder with joy on her face. Grab the boulder and lift it up easily. Ha ha ha. I have doubled, and my strength has doubled. Long live the boss. At this moment, all the mafia's eyes were red. A elixir that can instantly increase strength. Fetish. All eyes were fixed on the jade box in Rem's hand. Rem continued to speak. Yayu, the commander of the 2nd Brigade, comes up. A big man over 3 meters immediately ran up to Rem's big sister head. I'm here. As one by one the mafia received the bodybuilding pill. The entire castle was boiling. Mafias who don't qualify for it hang their heads in dismay. Secretly regret it. Why don't you let yourself down? Otherwise, the exercise pill would be his own. Yan Luo spoke again, brothers who haven't received it, don't be discouraged. You still have a chance. From now on, 10 forging pills will be distributed every 6 months. The top 10 can be claimed. Those who have already received it will not be counted. Long live the boss. Those mafias who didn't receive the bodybuilding pill heard that they still have a chance. All of a sudden they cheered. I swear in my heart that I will make more contributions in the future. After receiving the body forging pill, Robin led the accountants in the finance department to start distributing dividends again. One by one, the mafia held Bailey with smiles on their faces. After a spoils meeting ended, Yan Luo took Rem and Robin back to the back garden. Robin. This is yours. Yan Luo pointed to a small jade box. There are 100 forging pills in it. Robin opened his mouth in shock. Give it to me? Didn't you say you can only eat one? Yan Luo might not be shocked if she gave Robin one. But this 100. Robin didn't understand what Yan Luo meant. I need you to form an intelligence organization. A huge intelligence organization. I will give you 1 billion Bailey's funding. There are also 100 forging pills for you to train your subordinates. What you have to do is to make the intelligence organization bigger. West Blue is even spread all over the world. Yan Luo said lightly. Why? I won't do such a troublesome thing. Robin frowned and said unhappily. Shouldn't it be exhausting to manage a huge intelligence organization? Yan Luo smiled. You will help me. The expansion of the intelligence organization is also good for you. You can use the intelligence organization to help you fulfill your dreams. Isn't it? The corners of Robin's eyes twitched a little. This man is really good at taking advantage of people. Hateful. The old lady can't seem to refuse. Aren't you afraid that I will turn my face when the time comes? Hee hee. Turn your face? I believe you will not do stupid things before you have fulfilled your dream. Don't forget, I have bought you all. I haven't eaten you these days just to prepare you. You will be my man sooner or later. Don't try to run away. Yan Luo made no secret of his desire for Robin's comrade in arms. Robin blushed all over his face. He gritted his teeth and cursed, shameless. Despicable. Scum. Thank you for the compliment. By the way, let me remind you. Your preparation period is only half a month. Remember to clean it up. Yan Luo said with a smirk. Snort. Chapter 12. Nico. Robin snorted coldly. Facing the domineering and direct Yan Luo, she has no strength to resist. She is not afraid of death. Rather, she has her own dreams. It is the dream of all scholars in O'Hara. Unravel that 100 years of lost history. For this she cannot die. Robin was full of dissatisfaction. He glared at Yan Luo fiercely in embarrassment. Pick up the jade box. Angrily said, despicable scum. I will treat my wife as if I was bitten by a dog. Holding the jade box, Robin turned and left. A smug smirk appeared on Yan Luo's face. Robin crush. This kind of thing only has 0 and countless times. One bite can bite countless bites. You have to bear it. Lame. You poured a cup of black tea for Yan Luo. Yan Luo took a sip comfortably. Put down the teacup. Fingers tapped on the tabletop. Rem stood aside quietly. This is Yan Luo entering the state of thinking. She is very aware of Yan Luo's habits. West Blue Capone family headquarters. Capone Big walked out of the conference hall with a displeased face. The subordinates quickly followed. Damn it! These old guys are getting more and more cowardly. They have no courage at all. Just a Marine Rear Admiral made them compromise. Sure enough, the family no longer needs these cowards. Master Big. This time, I heard that the Ogura family was wiped out by a third-rate mafia, the Pendragon family. A small family that has only improved in the past 2 years. Master Big. Do you want to destroy it? Capone Big's subordinates asked. Third-rate little family? Those bastards of the Ogura family. It's useless at all. My plan was ruined just like that. A bunch of stupid pigs. Who gave them the courage to break the rules? They deserve it. Capone Big angrily want to kill. The Ogura family is just a springboard in his plan. What he really has to deal with is the Taylor family. As long as the Taylor family is annexed. At that time, Capone Big's power will increase dramatically. Enrich yourself with the resources of the Taylor family. At that time, the old guys who can surpass the family in one fell swoop will force them to abdicate. Master the entire Capone family. Lay the groundwork for your ambitions. It's a pity that this perfect plan was declared bankrupt before it even started. Are all the members of the Ogura family pigs? Dare to challenge West Blue's hundreds of years of tacit rules before being formally incorporated into the Capone family. Such a fool is dead. He Capone Big doesn't care at all. Only so angry because the plan was ruined by a bunch of stupid pigs. Zwooman, go talk to the miscellaneous fish of the Pendragon family. If they are willing to be my subordinates, then I will forgive them this time. If not... Haha. Don't I need to teach you? Capone Big sneered. Now that Ogula's pig is dead, change upon. From Capone Big's point of view, the Pendragon family is just trash. After hearing his name, he will definitely surrender obediently. Of course, if the head of the Pendragon family is not working well, then it will be cut off directly. It's just a waste of effort. Yes. I understand, Master Big. A ferocious young man under Capone Big walked out ferociously. Damn old guys. Wait for me. Let you play for a few days first. When I clean up the Taylor family, you get out of here. Capone Big looked back at the meeting room of the lower castle. His ambition could no longer be suppressed. I don't have the patience to wait for these old guys to abdicate on their own initiative. So Capone Big urgently needs to enrich his power. Pendragon Castle. A week has passed. During these 7 days, the Pendragon family recruited a large number of subordinates. The number of younger brothers has reached more than 10,000. Except for the younger brothers stationed on various islands. The 9 major guard brigades have tripled in size. Each brigade has at least 800 people. The newly recruited boys will immediately enter the intensive training. Just wait for them to form combat power. Yan Luo's expansion plan will start immediately. The high-level strength has Yan Luo, and it is estimated that no one in West Blue can threaten Yan Luo. The mid-level strength is due to the forging pill. The Pendragon family has 500 more juniors with the strength of marine officers, which is enough for the time being. Humans and beasts just recruited at the bottom only need to be trained. Yan Luo's plan can be launched. Exclusive training ground. Yan Luo sweated while carrying a boulder on his back. 3 hours of physical extreme exercise every day. Except when fighting, Yan Luo has always persisted. touching a 500 jin boulder was thrown in the corner by Yan Luo. Rem hurriedly delivered the towel. Yan Luo wiped the sweat off his body, and said unhappily, Rem, this stone can no longer keep up with my training strength. Ask someone to build 1,000 or 2,000 caddies of training equipment. Good boss. Rem knew that her boss was getting stronger every day. Especially the last month. The training equipment is changed every day. Rem has long been familiar with it. Boss. A guest wants to see you. At this time, Robin, dressed as a secretary, walked into the training ground. Guest? Is that the new Marine Colonel? Yan Luo wondered. No. Someone claiming to be from the Capone family, Robin explained. A smirk hung on the corner of Yan Luo's mouth. Oh. People from the Capone family? Isn't this a legitimate excuse for me? What a good person. Yan Luo has basically guessed the purpose of the Capone family. In short, it is not here to invite him to dinner. He had just killed the little brother he subdued. It's no wonder Capone Big can give himself a good face. When the time comes, I will slap him in the face again. Don't be afraid, Capone Big doesn't take the bait. To send death to his door in such a hurry, Capone Big is really a good person. The good person card comes with 100 free cards. Chapter 13. Yan Luo smiled cheerfully. She hooked her fingers at Rem immediately lowered her head. Yan Luo whispered, so and so. Rem nodded slightly. Turn around and walk out. Robin didn't know what Yan Luo was going to do again. But through these days she has figured it out. This man will do anything but good. Especially when he laughed openly. Generally either killing or killing. All in all, an outright villain. Let's go. Don't keep our guests waiting. Yan Luo stood up and called Robin to meet the Capone family representative. Robin didn't follow behind Yan Luo obediently. When the two came to the reception hall, they saw a young man with a fierce face sitting in the seat that originally belonged to Yan Luo. Crossing Erlang's legs. There are also a few strong men in black suits who are not polite at all. One by one, they sat on the chairs carelessly. Holding the fruit in his hand, he ate it with big mouthfuls. Even one foot is still on the table. Extremely arrogant. Yan Luo just walked in. Zwoman went into a rage, it's up to you. You are that mysterious Yan Luo. Cut. How dare you make me wait so long without even growing hair? Do you want to die? Robin stepped back quietly. Looking at Zwoman's eyes full of pity. I thought to myself, just don't see blood on me for a while, this dress is pretty good. It would be a pity to get blood on it. However, Yan Luo didn't do it directly as Robin imagined. Instead, he walked to a seat with a smile on his face and sat down. I'm really sorry. It's my lack of hospitality. Papa, serve the best tea to the distinguished guest. Yan Luo clapped his palms twice. Immediately, several maids came up with teacups. Put it in front of Zwoman and others. Zwoman and the others laughed cheerfully. It seems that this little bum is quite sensible. That being the case, it's not impossible to spare his dog's life. The premise is to satisfy the louses. Several people looked at each other. They all thought about how to extort benefits from Yan Luo. Picked up the teacup and took a sip. In the next second, pfft. The few people sprayed quickly. Ugh! All of them bent over and retched. Yan Luo still had a smile on his face. Oh, what's wrong with the guests? Get some water quickly. Immediately, several maids came over with kettles. Zwoman and the others didn't even think about it. He grabbed the water bottle and drank it. Ugh! Damn it! What did you eat for us, UBD? You are looking for death. Zwoman roared angrily. Ugh, damn it! Is this pee? I'm going to kill you. Chop suey, gi. Yan Luo pointed to his chin with one hand. He smiled and said, don't be angry. This is already the freshest Xianghe urine in our Pendragon family. I guarantee that it is absolutely fresh from the oven. It is very fresh. It is the most suitable for entertaining miscellaneous dogs. Kaisen. To die for me. Zwoman was furious. This little BD actually gave them food and drink. Luo vowed to chop up Yan Luo and feed it to the dogs. He kicked the table in front of him, trying to charge Yan Luo over. Crack! Yan Luo snapped his fingers. Caw! I saw that the ground was immediately covered with frost. It spread instantly. Zwoman, who was rushing forward, had his feet and hands frozen in just a second. Yes, hands and feet. The rest of the body is fine. This control is powerful enough. Frozen. Are you demon fruit power? Zwoman exclaimed. Hey! Don't move around. People will die. Yan Luo found that Zwoman's younger brothers were going to take guns. So he tapped his fingers. Immediately, several ice spikes appeared on the ground. All of a sudden, the arms of Zwoman's subordinates were abolished. Ah! Several people screamed. Looking at Yan Luo in horror, monster. Yan Luo stood up. Walking towards Zwoman step by step, the answer is wrong. It's not a monster, but a villain. Keep a low profile, do you know? Robin on one side rolled his eyes. Sure enough, this man is still so bad. There is really no morals in letting others eat and drink urine. Now you say keep a low profile? I don't even believe in punctuation marks. By the way, what did that little beak call you here for? Yan Luo asked with a curious expression on his face. Zwoman laughed suddenly. Ha, you are dead. Do you know who you have offended? Mr. Beeg, the young master of the Capone family. A third-rate mafia. Now you kneel down and beg for mercy. Cut yourself off arms. Lao Zi may be able to intercede for you. Chop Suey. Kneel down and beg Lao Zi if you don't want the whole family to die. Yan Luo's eyes widened. This is how I feel. The forest is big and there are all kinds of birds. Obviously, his life is in Yan Luo's hands. This guy is still threatening him. Is there a mental problem? Yan Luo pretended to think for a while, broken both arms. Is that so? After Yan Luo finished speaking, he flicked crack on Zwoman's arms. Zwoman's arms fell to the ground like broken glass. Not a single drop of blood remained. Apparently the blood in the arm had been frozen. You, my arm. I'm going to kill you. Kill you. Zwoman yelled madly. Oh. It was accidentally broken. It's not symmetrical enough. There it is. Yan Luo raised his foot and lifted it twice casually. Crack! Zwoman's 2 feet were also broken. Zwoman's little brothers turned pale with fright. This guy is a devil. Robin turned his head subconsciously. If you say you kill people, kill them. What are you doing so cruelly? At this moment, Remram walked in holding a water jar. Very deftly stuffed Zwoman, who was cursing, into the water tank. Cover with the prepared lid. Only one head of Zwoman was left exposed. Still clamoring crazily. You guys! Take him back to the little beeg. Take a word for me by the way. Actually, I'm very low-key. Don't rush to die. Yan Luo showed a smirk. Little BD. You die. Master Beeg will avenge me. Zwoman was still yelling. Yan Luo patted his forehead. Oh, I almost forgot. There is still the last process. Ram, cut off his eyes, ears, nose, and snake head. This will be perfect. Chapter 14. The whole world is quiet. Zwoman was cut into a human stick. He was carried by his men and quickly escaped from Pendragon Castle. But it is conceivable that the Pendragon family will be lively next. Robin sighed. Boss. With our current strength and the Capone family, we will suffer a disadvantage. After all, we are too far behind in terms of background. Oh, are you worried about me? Robin sauce. Yan Luo smiled and said, don't worry. In the face of absolute power. What is a mere dwarf? If you dare to jump, crush him to death. Robin rolled his eyes, so you have the nerve to say that you are low-key? But think about it. Yan Luo has 500 masters at the rank of school officer. And the power of devil fruit. Etc. Robin suddenly looked at Yan Luo in horror. Boss, how can you have the power of freezing? That is the ability of Marine Admiral Aokiji. Could it be? Yan Luo smiled, you think too much. Aokiji doesn't die so easily. As for why I have the ability to freeze, you don't need to know about that. Robin didn't ask any more. My heart is very chaotic. According to the intelligence of the last war, Yan Luo showed the ability to be wood. This time, he showed his ability to freeze again. Could he eat several devil fruits? Yan Luo raised his hand to grab Robin's little hand. Robin was taken aback. Boss, what are you doing? Yan Luo said with a smirk, you still have 1 day to prepare. If you don't come here by yourself, I will go to find you by myself tomorrow. Don't try to run away. Robin's face flushed instantly. Angry again. Nervous. My relatives are here. It's okay. I will take care of multiple protections. Yan Luo turned and left after speaking. Robin clenched his fists. Gritting teeth. Sure enough, you can't hide. Just treat it as being bitten by a dog. Damn scum. Shuo Ran said so. She can abandon everything for her dream. Yan Luo is also very handsome. But my heart is still very unwilling. After all, it was forced. The other side. Zwoman's men carried Zwoman's sticks back to the boat. The black-clothed party who stayed on the boat couldn't believe their eyes. Their boss was actually cut into a human stick. And the Pendragon family has recently officially declared war on the Capone family. They dare not stay any longer. A group of people hurriedly drove the boat to leave the port. It wasn't until they left the Pendragon family territory far away that they breathed a sigh of relief. Mafia A wiped off his cold sweat. What should I do now? The task assigned by Master Big is completely obsolete. Mafia B holds down the arm on the hand. He said ferociously, what should I do? Of course, report it truthfully. Master Big will make that BD die. Yes. Report quickly. The Mafia C took out the phone bug. The old castle of the Capone family. Capone Big just finished lunch. With a cigar in his mouth, he smoked a smoke ring comfortably. Today's steak is good. Reward the chef with 100,000 Baileys. Blue, blue. At this moment, the voice of the phone bug rang. Lord Big. Something is wrong. Lord's woman. Lord's woman has been cut into a human stick. The Pendragon family has officially declared war on you. A panicked voice came from the phone bug. Capone Big's face immediately darkened. Click, the cigar in my hand was pinched and broken. What did you say? Say it again. Master Big. It's like this, blah blah blah. A sad story finished. In the end, Yan Luo added a lot of insults to Big and fabricated a lot of insults. Capone Big smashed the dining table in front of him with one punch. Family Pendragon BD die. All damned. Come on. Call everyone at once. Lao Zi's going to kill that little BD. Capone Big was furious. How many years? From his birth to now. No one dared to be so arrogant in front of him. Ask his men to eat and drink urine. Cut his men into sticks. This is hitting him in the face. None of this would make him so angry. The little Pendragon BD called him a runt. Telling him not to rush to his death is an insult to his eyes. Being short and dirty has always been his taboo. That damned little BD dared to say it. Capone Big's blood surged up. Direct orders to summon his subordinates. Vow to kill Yan Luo. No, Yan Luo must be taken back into this world severely. Capone Beeg was already thinking. Hundreds of tormenting tortures appeared in my mind. Early morning. The maids of Pendragon Castle started cleaning up early. Prepare breakfast. Inside Yan Luo's room. Robin nestled in Yan Luo's arms. There was some displeasure and reconciliation in his eyes. Zhang Cao took a bite on Yan Luo's arm. Hey! Are you hungry? Then get up. Yan Luo smiled and got up. Get out! Robin cursed angrily. Still did not escape. It's not like I haven't seen it. Forget it. This time it's up to you. Yan Luo smiled. Change clothes and leave the room. After breakfast. Another day of training begins. Two maids, Rem and Ram, were waiting. Wait until Yan Luo's training is completed. The two sisters came over and Rem delivered the towel. Ram smiled and said, Boss, as you expected. The little man of the Capone family has gone mad. He has summoned 30 warships. He is declaring war on us. Yan Luo was satisfied with any surprise. It wouldn't be normal if Capone Beeg wasn't angry. Yan Luo asked casually, is there any reaction from Marine? No. Ram replied. Hee. Looks like we've been abandoned. Marine won't offend the Capone family for us. After all, in their eyes, I'm just a pawn. Nothing but providing them with some Baileys. Really heartless. Well, Marine. Yan Luo mocked disdainfully. Boss, this time our battle-made team will also go to battle to kill the enemy. They have taken bodybuilding pills. Battle Li is not weak. Ram was very excited. The battle-made team has been established for 2 years. Although there are only 30 people. But they all took body exercise pills. Trained by myself. Ram believes that his subordinates are absolutely no worse than the 9 guards. Okay. Yan Luo laughed, this time it's a battle, it's better to show off your strength. Except for Robin's intelligence department. Anyone who has eaten the forging pill must participate in the battle. I want to let all the forces of West Blue we all know. The Pendragon family West Blue is invincible. Chapter 15. The Pendragons and the Capones are at war. Or the Pendragon family took the initiative to provoke. The joke spread across West Blue in an instant. Be it mafia, pirates, or marine. Everyone thinks someone is spreading rumors. A patriarch who has just reached the middle level of the mafia dares to challenge the Capone family? It would be better to say that One Piece has another banquet with 5 elders. But immediately these people were slapped in the face. The young master of the Capone family, Capone Beeg, gathered tens of thousands of mafias under him. Dozens of warships set off aggressively, announcing the destruction of the Pendragon family. Immediately afterwards, the Pendragon family also spoke the next day. Come if you have a species. Laozi is waiting for you on Muxian Island, little man. One sentence detonated West Blue. All thumbs up. Praise the Pendragon family for successfully doing a good job. Many forces have prepared snacks and drinks. He drove the boat to go to Muxian Island to watch a play. Get ready to watch the Capones slaughter the Pendragons. West Blue Marine X6 Base. Marine Rear Admiral Willis looked at the information in his hand and smiled coldly. Throw the information on the table casually. Disdainfully said, there is a little guy who is starting to swell. I really don't know what to do. Master Rear Admiral, the idiot of the Pendragon family wants to die, don't we care? The amount of offerings on his land is not a small amount. Adjutant Wit said. It doesn't matter whoever takes over the territory. After that idiot is killed, just support a few small families to carve up his territory. It's better for small families to control. Recently, that idiot Yan Luo has gone away. He actually recruited tens of thousands of people. Dishonest. Just replace it. Willis Rear Admiral said lightly. Okay. Then I'll contact the small families around me. Wit smiled knowingly. They don't care who takes over the site. As long as the supply is handed in every quarter. That's right. Send some people to Muxian Island to watch the battle. It's not bad just to watch the show when you're bored. Willis planned to watch the live broadcast. None of them thought the Pendragon family could win. Ready to take over Yan Luo's turf. Muxian Island is a relatively large deserted island. Because there is no source of fresh water. So there are no beasts on the island. Only passing birds occasionally rest on it. It can be used as a battlefield. Yan Luo and his party had dozens of warships because they were so close. So first arrive at Muxian Island. After an overnight trim. There are already many ships approaching here, but none of them rely on the family's warships. I thought I came to see a play. Yan Luo deliberately advertised the invitation to fight Capone Beeg. Just to attract people to watch the battle. For Liwei. Naturally, they will not drive these people away. Time flies by. A lot of ships from the surrounding forces came. Even marine pirates are coming. They were 10 miles away from Muxian Island in a tacit understanding. Waiting quietly. Here we come. The battleship of the Capone family is here. I don't know how long it took. Someone finally found the Capone family's battleship. There are more than 30 large warships. I have to say that the Capone family is awesome. These people are just Capone Beeg's forces. There are more than 10,000 people. The Capone family is not as monotonous as the Pendragon family. There are many elders. Patriarchs direct power. In total, there are 80,000 little brothers if there are not 100,000. No wonder the 4 major mafia families are unwilling to provoke even Marine. Oh! Are you coming? Lying on the sun lounger. Wearing sunglasses. Drinking juice. Yan Luo doesn't look like he came out to fight. Clearly, he was on vacation. Ram put down the binoculars in his hand. Boss, the Capone family has arrived. 32 large warships. It is estimated that there are more than 10,000 people. Capone Beeg leads the team himself. Is that so? Notify me. The enemy is not allowed to attack until they disembark. Those warships are all my trophies. What if they are destroyed? Yan Luo said as a matter of course. Yes, boss. On the sea. The battleship of the Capone family drove over mightily. Ignoring those forces watching the battle, Capone Beeg also wanted to make an example of others. He wants to warn everyone with Yan Luo's head. He Capone Beeg is super brutal and can't be messed with. Young master. Lord Beeg. The bastards of the Pendragon family are already waiting on the island. Do you want to bombard them first? A subordinate suggested. Slap Capone Beeg slapped him with a backhand. Are you asking me to sneak attack? Where is Lao Zi's face going? Lao Zi is going to crush them. Just crush those bastards to death in a dignified manner. Wait for you to listen. Let Lao Zi catch that little BD Yan Luo alive. Lao Zi wants him to live better to die. Understood, Master Beeg.